Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex with JVA Tax and Accounting, and I wanted to take a quick minute to show you one of the most common mistakes I see with clients. This can save you a lot of time and headache. Let's take a look here. So, when you connect your QuickBooks Online account, you connect your bank, your checking, savings, and credit cards. So, what happens is clients sometimes, let's say, they stop by McDonald's or some other expense. They'll come in here and they'll add, let's say, meals and entertainment, um, McDonald's, Mac. I don't know what they're, but let's say it was $50. So what happens is they added the expense, but then paid with their, let's say, debit card. Well, what's going to happen is the transaction's also going to show here on your banking tab. It would show McDonald's, whatever QuickBooks categorizes it at the moment, and then the amount spent. So when you click, assume as this, for example, when you click add, it adds it to your QuickBooks. Now, this can cause two issues. Your bank balance is not going to match your QuickBooks balance. Why? Because you added the expense from the banking screen, but then you also added the actual expense as a transaction. See here. So the bank won't match. Additionally, you're increasing or duplicating your expenses because you added it through the bank and then you added the transaction. The correct thing to do is if you're using a debit card or a credit card that is in QuickBooks, do not add the expense. Wait until it shows on the banking screen and then add it. Alternatively, if you do want to create the transaction or a check, make sure you link it with the transaction that's coming through the bank. So for example, let's say I wanted to write a check to give you an idea. So we'll select just pay Bob's Burger Joint. And again, I don't know why I'm going with meals, but this time we'll say Burger King. And we spent $25. We wrote a check. Well, what's going to happen? The check is going to be reflected in QuickBooks. When it gets cashed, what you need to do is match the transaction on the banking screen to that check. So, for example, now this you see there's a transaction for a refund. This means that a refund was issued. Somebody went into QuickBooks and issued a refund. We want to make sure when that money comes out of the bank to match it, whether to a deposit, to an expense, to a refund. So the main thing to keep in mind is if the transaction is flowing through from the bank, you want to make sure to either not add it anywhere else at all, or if you do, make sure that it is matched. Otherwise, the bank balance it's not going to match, and you'll have a ton of issues with your books, and then have to go back and fix everything. So make sure, again, if you're using the bank, either don't add transactions outside of it, or if you do, and make sure to match it. Take a look at some other of my videos. If you have something that you want me to talk about, be sure to leave a comment below. Thanks. Hope this helped.